Negative 20m squared minus 40 is equal to negative 90m. All right, we want to solve for m. So to do that, I want to factor it. It looks like a trinomial, it looks like a degree 2 equation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the terms on one side. So I want to get rid of this negative 90m from the right-hand side. So to get rid of it, I'm going to add 90m to that side and to the other side, right? So when I do that, I end up with negative 20m squared plus 90m minus 40. So I put everything in the right order. And then I notice that all of these things end in zeros. So everything is divisible by 10. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 10. I'm going to divide by negative to make this, my first term, my a term, positive. All right, so divide everything by negative 10, and that gives me 2m squared minus 9m plus 4 equals 0. Now this is, I want to see, there's no common factor other than 10. I got rid of it. There's, now that we're here, there's no common factor. There's nothing that that goes into 2, into 9, into 4. This is not a perfect square trinomial because 2 is not a perfect square, even though 4 is. 2 is not. And so it's not an a equals 1 trinomial, so this is a regular trinomial. I'm just going to just factor it normally. I'm going to use trial and error. So I make my brackets, and I'm looking for the factors of 2. So 2 is a prime, so it's 1 and 2. That's easy. So 2m and m. And now I'm looking for the factors of 4. And so I can use 2 and 2, but if I put 2 here, that means I have a common factor inside this bracket. Okay, and that would also imply that there would be a common factor up here, and there's not. So the 2 is not going to work. The other thing I could use, the only other choice I have, is 1 and 4 or 4 and 1. So I'm going to try 1 and 4. So I put that in. 2 times, so I do the outers and the inners, so 2 times 4 is 8, 1 times 1 is 1, so 8 and 1 is 9. That works. Okay, so now notice this is negative 9, so I have to make these guys negatives. All right, so 2m times 4 is negative times negative 4 is negative 8m. Negative 1 times m is negative 1m, so that all together adds up to negative 9m. So we know this totally works, and so we have 2 brackets multiplying each other to give us 0. So we know that either one or the other or both brackets must be 0. And in fact, we know that sometimes this bracket is 0 and sometimes this bracket is 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set each bracket equal to 0. So my 2m minus 1 equals 0. And then my other bracket, my m minus 4, is going to be equal to 0. Okay, to get the m alone here, I'm going to get rid of this negative 1 by adding 1 to both sides. And over here, I'm going to be getting rid of the negative 4 by adding 4 to both sides. Okay, so I get 2m equals 1, and now I want to get rid of the 2 that's multiplying, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So when I divide both sides by 2, I get m equals 1/2. Over here, I want to get rid of that negative 4, so I'm going to add 4 to both sides, so m equals 4, and that's it. There's my answer. So m is 1/2 and m is 4. So when you put it into the program, you have to put them in increasing order, right? So smallest first, then larger, so m equals 1/2, comma, space, m equals 4. Okay, the other way you can answer is you can just put a solution set. So 1/2, comma, 4, but make sure it's like smaller to larger. And that's it. That's how you solve an equation, a second degree equation. Now, not all second degree equations are this easily factorable. Some are not factorable, and we're going to learn how to deal with those later. Okay, so these are just solving factorable second degree equations. All right, have a good day.